What's up, everybody? My name is Logan Sherrill. Welcome to CTF Sherrill Talks Football. Today is Fun Day Friday, so we're not going to be talking about football today. It is Christmas time, so I'm going to do a Christmas-related video. Today, I'm going to be giving you guys my tier list of every popular American Christmas tradition. Whether it's something that you usually do every year, or it's something that some families do, like anything of sort of that, I will be ranking them all in my personal opinion. And if there's one on this list I don't like, I'll just say it's not for me, because all of these are great things and all of these are supposed to be positive. So it's supposed to be a positive time of year. So one I don't like, I'll just put not for me, and I'm just not going to try to bash it too much. So let's get the show going. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on notification bell so you miss any of my videos whenever I post. With all that out of the way, let's get started. Alright, so here we are at the tier list here. I got 5 different categories here. At the very top, I've got must do every year. Below that, we've got really fun. Below that, we've got enjoyable. Below that, we've got decent. And at the bottom, I've got not for me. Like I said in the intro, I wanted to keep this a little bit more positive because it's Christmas time, and that's all it's about, is having a positive time during this. So I didn't want to bash any of these too much. So let's get it rolling. The first one we've got is the Advent Calendar. So basically, for people that don't know what an Advent Calendar is, it's basically a big old calendar, whether it's one that you get chocolate out of it or Funko Pops or anything cool. You open every door from numbers 1 through 24, and whether you and it's different of whatever you get every single day, and you keep doing it until Christmas Eve. I personally love doing Advent Calendars. I think it's a lot of fun, and I honestly say I'd must do every year. I've done it the last 5 years, and it's been a lot of fun. I love doing these. When I was a little kid, I always did the chocolate ones, and then nowadays I'm doing fun stuff like football related ones or Funko Pops, something like that. I find this one a lot of fun. Next one we've got is building snowmen. I personally have never done this whenever playing in the snow during Christmas time, but it looks like a lot of fun, so I'm going to put it in really fun. I wish I was able to do it, maybe in the future, but it looks kind of difficult, but it also looks like a lot of fun. So if I ever get the chance, I want to try it out, because it looks like a blast. Next one we've got is candy canes, depending on if you hang them on your tree, or you just eat them, or whatever you do with them. To me, this, it's funny because I've never been a fan of mint, but I've always tried to tell myself during Christmas time, just to like mint for a whole month. And I like hanging candy canes on my tree mostly. I don't really eat them all that much. I'll say it's enjoyable. Not really a big fan of the flavor of mint, like I already said. And they look really nice, so I like to hang them on my tree. So, yeah, I'd say it's, fun to hang them on your tree at least. So, I'll put enjoyable. Next, I really don't know what this is supposed to be, but looking through this tier list, there's one, thing on here, one tradition that's not on here that, a lot of families do. That it's kind of pissing me off that it's not on this list, and that's the whole family having matching Christmas pajamas, and it's not on here. So since I don't know what this really is, I'm gonna say to replace it that this is families wearing matching Christmas pajamas, and I think that's really cool. I've done it one year, and I think it's pretty cool. I get it if you're not really into wearing matching Christmas pajamas on Christmas or Christmas Eve, but I've always thought it's kind of cool because your family can pick out different designs of what you want to do each year. So I find it kind of enjoyable whenever we've been able to do it. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Next, we've got watching Christmas movies, and it's one of the best Christmas traditions of all time. If you don't like watching Christmas movies, I don't know what's wrong with you. Now, it really depends on which movie you watch, but there's so many good ones. We already did, a Christmas movie tier list. You got Home Alone, you've got Grinch, you got Christmas Vacation, you got Polar Express. You've got all these great ones to watch. Watching a Christmas movie on Christmas Eve night or any day in December, with the campfire, not campfire, the fireplace on. Oh my, it's one of the best things ever, man. It's one of the best feelings of Christmas time. It's great. Next, we've got opening Christmas presents or wrapping presents or whatever, and obviously that's a must do every year because it's Christmas time, and also that's one of the most fun things about Christmas. Not bragging or not being selfish at all, but giving out gifts or getting gifts, both ways, it's so fun. Watching people get happy over a gift you get them is so satisfying because you know you got something they love, and like it feels so great to give your friends or family something that they love. And then getting gifts is obviously a lot of fun because you don't know what you're going to get, and whenever you do get something you love, like you love it every single time. It's great. Next one we've got is decorating the Christmas tree, and this is a must-do every year. But personally, I think it's really. I won't say it's really fun. I'll say it's enjoyable because I love putting up the ornaments. But we have a fake tree every year, so it depends on if you get a real tree or a fake one. So it depends on the process. We used to get real trees back in the day, and finding a real tree is a lot of fun, and like mounting it, and like doing the ornaments. I always thought doing a real tree was a little bit more fun as a little kid than doing a fake one. But I will say having a fake tree is a little bit more convenient, but at the same time, it's a lot more of a pain in the ass to set up. Like, you know how like they come in bags where you have to like set them up, and they like come in like 3 pieces. You have to like set it up and everything, and you have to like always like check the branches to make sure it doesn't look like shit. Like that part is a pain in the ass, but hanging up ornaments is a lot of fun, so I'll put it in enjoyable. Next, we've got baking cookies and having them out for Santa. Man, it's so fun to bake cookies every Christmas time and having them out for Santa. Like, it's one of the best traditions ever. And also, I don't know if it's just me, but whenever we bake cookies, like, I've always tried to go for a little bit of cookie dough because I love cookie dough as well. So, like, the whole process of baking cookies on Christmas time and also having them out for Santa, it's one of the best, man. It's great. Next one we've got is the Elf on the Shelf. Mine's actually literally sitting next to my desk right now. Like, that's a funny thing. I mean, just because he's staring at my face right now, I'll say it's one of the best, man. Like, no hard feelings. Next, we've got making fruitcake. Now, this is the first one that will go in not for me because it's not for me. I've always hated fruitcake, and I always thought just baking cookies or having cake or any other kind of like desserty beverage or food was better than having fruitcake. Like, that's just a last resort for me. Like, I don't know, man. It's not my favorite. And also, I'm not seeing this on here either, but having Christmas dinner with the whole family, like, why is this not on here? Like, this tier list feels so, like, incomplete. For those of you watching, like, I'm sorry that one of these are not on here, because almost every family does it. Like, eating dinner, like, a family dinner on Christmas or Christmas Eve, like, that's one of the best ever, because the food's usually really good, and that's, like, spending time with your family, so, like, keep that in mind. Next, we've got building gingerbread houses. Now, I always thought this was enjoyable just because when I was a little kid, I always loved the process of doing it, except I was terrible at it. I put way too much frosting on it, like way too much frosting on it sometimes, but making the actual gingerbread house is a lot of fun. I haven't done it in a super long time, but I want to do it sometime last minute, like this Christmas time or maybe next year, but yeah, this one's a lot of fun. Next, we've got making hot chocolate. Like, best time to do it during Christmas time. Like, this is just me. Like, a lot of people like to do it when it's cold, and I understand it. But to me, hot chocolate is, like, the only, like, Christmas time's, like, the best time and probably the only time you should have hot chocolate. Like, it's great, man. It tastes so good. Watching a Christmas movie while having hot chocolate's really great. Like, it's awesome. Next, we've got writing out letters to Santa. Now, as a kid, I always loved doing this. Like, obviously, it's really fun because as a kid's perspective, like, you're writing a letter to Santa for Christmas of what you want. And most of the time, you will get that present you write on your list. Like, it's so great, man. Like, as a kid, it's one of the most fun parts about Christmas, man. Next, we've got seeing Santa at the mall. I used to love doing this as a kid, but I think I've just watched way too many Christmas movies and shows to where it kind of bugs me now. Like, I would say it's decent. I think some of the movies and shows I've watched during Christmas time kind of ruined this for me. Like, especially Bad Santa, like, oh my god. Okay, realistically though, like, as a little kid, going to the mall to see Santa Claus is always really great. Well, most of the time, malls aren't really around, but especially back then, because malls were the thing. Like, parents can just go out to do Christmas shopping, and your kid can just go see Santa. Like, it's great. Next one we've got is mistletoe. Sadly, I have not had this experience because I am lonely, but jokes aside, it's enjoyable. It's cool. Next, we've got donating money. Now, I'm not going to use this example that the picture gives off because I see these a lot, but I don't want to say, like, I want to give it, like, a better, like, perspective. Like, you know, like, you're at your local market or, like, any other place, they always do, like a Secret Santa where, like, for families that just can't afford Christmas gifts, like, the parents write out, like, their kids' names and, like, what they want for Christmas, and, like, a random family will, like, buy it for them, like, for charity. That's the example I'm going to use for this, and our family always does this every single year, and it feels so good to, like, actually do it, because knowing that you're making another family happy during Christmas time, it's so satisfying, man. I'm going to say it's must do every year. Especially to those that can, like, really afford it. Like, if you have money to spare, like, for Christmas gifts, don't be afraid to, like, do, like, a Secret Santa at, like, one of your local markets and get a really cool Christmas present for a family that is less fortunate, because, trust me, it will make you feel a lot better. Like, it will make you feel really good. Next, I want to say this is opening Christmas presents early. Like, obviously, as a little kid, like, being, like, a sneaky type is kind of fun. But nowadays, I just love to just wait and be surprised, like, on Christmas Day. But let's just say that this is opening, like, one Christmas present on Christmas Eve. Like, that would be a lot better fit, and I always thought this was really fun. Obviously, opening Christmas presents is a blast, but to me, I like opening Christmas presents on Christmas Eve. Like, I'm more that person where I like to wait on Christmas Day. It just feels a lot better. Plus, you tend to get, like, one of, like, the main, like, not, like, the big main present. Like, that's always for Christmas Day, but, like, one of, like, the side presents. So, nothing like I'm saying is bad at all. Like, absolutely not. But I always like to wait for Christmas Day just because it feels, like, better. Next, we've got Christmas caroling. This is really not for me. I've been trying to say, like, I'm not trying to bash any of these at all, but I always thought Christmas caroling was just not, like, it's not for me, man. Like, I've never found it fun. Like, I've never watched it and thought it looked fun. Like, it looks like a bad time. That's the only negative thing I will say this whole video about these, because it's just generally not for me. That's all I will say. Next, we've got snowball fights. This is obviously super fun, man. If you have snow, like, where you live, sadly we don't, but there was a snowfall last year at our school, like, especially where we live, because we live at a spot where it, like, hardly ever snows. And so we had snowball fights all the time. So yeah, if you have snow where you live, a snowball fight is must needed. And if you do live in an area where it snows a lot, like, this is a good game planner if you ever snowball fight a lot. There's, like, these little cool, like, things you can get, like, on Amazon or TikTok or whatever, where it makes snowballs, like, it makes them perfectly round. Like, it's great. Snowball fights are a ton of fun, especially with, like, your friends or your siblings. Next, we've got wearing ugly Christmas sweaters. Now, this is one I've never done, but I desperately want to. Like, I can't find one anywhere that I like, but I really want to, just because nowadays, now I'm older, I've always liked these styles, like, Christmassy, and I've always wanted to get one. Like, it looks like a ton of fun. Now, to people that have, like, worn ugly Christmas sweaters before, like, I don't know how it feels wearing them. Like, I don't know if it's uncomfortable or anything, so you'll have to warn me before I, like, actually purchase one in the future. But yeah, they look like a lot of fun, and hopefully they're comfortable. Next, we got hang up stockings. Obviously, that's a must-do every year, and that's one of the most fun parts about Christmas. It's so satisfying watching your stocking and, like, the rest of your family's stockings hanging above the fire, like, in the fireplace. Like, it's great, man. And on Christmas Day, getting all the stocking stuffers, like, it could be candy, it could be, like, cool accessories or, like, gift cards. Like, you don't really know what you're gonna get, but it's always, like, mostly something you're gonna enjoy. Like, it's great. And lastly, I want to say this is making eggnog. I've never had eggnog, obviously, but, like, I would say it's enjoyable just because a lot of people do it. And maybe when I get older, I'll try eggnog, but, like, I don't know, man. I'll just say it's enjoyable because a lot of families do it on Christmas time, so yeah. And there you guys have it. This was my Christmas tradition tier list. Now I'm going to let you get one last look of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comments which ones I missed, because I feel like there's a lot, like, missing. because like there's some good ones, but also there's a lot like are missing. You know what I'm saying? This is usually where I end the video, but before I go, I wanted to talk to you guys about my schedule for next week. Because obviously it's Christmas time, like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, like all that stuff. So I just wanted to let you guys know what I'm going to be doing next week. So Monday, I will be uploading a video, probably something Christmas related. Like I might do like what I would get every NFL team for Christmas. Or something like that. Like I don't really know like for sure yet what I'll do on Monday. But Monday night, I will be streaming my reaction watching the Saints and Packers game. So be there at 5 o'clock. I will be streaming that night, so be prepared. And then Tuesday on Christmas Eve, I will be making 2 videos because Christmas Day on Wednesday and the rest of the week I'm going to take off because I want to take that time to spend time with my family and friends. So, like, because obviously it's Christmas time, and I feel like a bunch of you guys will too, so let's take this time off to enjoy Christmas. So with that being said, Tuesday, instead of making 1 video, I'm going to do 2 videos. I'm going to do my usual Tuesday video where I give you my Week 16 NFL reactions, like I do my NFL game reactions. And then I'm going to do another video where I give you my Week 17 NFL predictions, which I usually do on Wednesday, but instead I'm going to do Tuesday because of Christmas time. So I hope you guys understand where I'm going with here. If you didn't really hear all that, I will put it in the description of this video so you will see my schedule for the rest of this week. So you guys aren't like any like kinds of like confused or anything, so you know where I'm getting at. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on notification bells so you don't miss any of my videos whenever I post. With all that said, I'm Logan Sharon. I'll see you next time.